this in separate rooms. And, Big Brother called us out individually to compete. When I walked outside, saw some floating heads. It was cool. I saw a big canister, whatever thingy. Welcome to your next veto competition called Get Your Pairing Straight. You'll notice that the house guest faces are floating in the pool. It's up to you to rescue each house guest and pair them up with their secret partner. You will swim to the bottom of the pool and unhook a floating face. Then you must run it over to the display board and drop it into one of the 2 slots. You can only move one face at a time. The object is to have all 7 pairs correctly matched up side by side. And you can throw them up to the top, you run to the end, you hit the button, stops the clock, and you're done. And hope your time is the best. You can only take one at a time from the pool. All the way, drop it in. Get another floaty out of the pool. Go all the way back and, match it up. I don't know if it was bad karma when I went to, dive in the farthest part of the deep end for April's bobber. Down there in the water, I couldn't get the sucker loose, and I had to come up for oxygen. I was huffing and puffing. I got asthma as it is. Finished with 6 minutes, 20 seconds. I thought it was going to be a good time, but I thought James was going to give me a run for my money.
I have to win this veto because if I don't and Janelle does, then she takes off Rachel or Howie. I go up in their place, and it might be a little bit too tempting for some people to ignore. The strategy was essentially just to clear out the ones in the front, not try to work through the ropes to go after things I needed, just go for the ones that are closest. And then each time that'll start clearing things out of the way. And first I grabbed Ashlea and then Mike, put them up on the left side, and then I put their corresponding partners on the right side. See, when I'm competing, it's all subconscious, I just was in the zone. Each task was easy. It was just throwing them all together, and then of course you having to race against the clock. That's what made it difficult.
The minute I walked outside, let me talk about water and me. One way that I would not want to die would be of drowning. So right then I said, oh my God. The minute I jumped in, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm claustrophobic. So I don't like being under water or having to be locked down anywhere or any of that. Then I'm jumping off of the stairs and I totally eat the grass. My husband's gonna be so embarrassed when he watches me compete. I was just freaking out because if I didn't get it the first time unlatched, then I'd get even more freaked out. So I'd go back down, then I'd lose my breath, and I'd come back up. I got myself too worked up when I didn't get it the first time. So then I'd work myself up too much that I couldn't hold my breath. When you're skinny, it's you don't think you need to work out, and I am friggin' out of shape. Give me a stretcher. I'm just really happy that I completed it, and I'm alive.
It was definitely important for my side to win the veto because I didn't want the nominees to come off the block. My strategy in the veto competition was to get the ones that were further away first. I kind of got tangled a couple times. My tiebreaker pants, they actually are swimming trunks. Not the wisest decision. I was trying to be fashionable, but of course, times like this, you can't be fashionable. You have to be sporty-like, so.
It's very important to me that either Howie, Janelle, or I win the veto today. My strategy at this point is who's closest, who can I get the fastest. Fill up a few on one side and then match the couples on the other side. I found this game exhausting. Because you're underwater, you can't breathe the entire time.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And then you're supposed to run back and forth. That took a lot out of you. There were several challenging parts to this game for me. Honestly, I was a little more concerned about things popping out of my top that shouldn't.
It's extremely crucial that I win the power veto because I want to save Howie and I want to make sure that I don't go up this week. My strategy was basically to be as efficient as possible. So I didn't want to go to the end of the pool, get things, because I knew it would be harder, and then get caught up in all the mess swimming back. I was trying to take breaths of air before going down to get to the latch, take it off, because if you don't take a big breath before you go down, you'll panic because you're down there for a while. Bose was stuck, so I had to come up for breath again. Went back down, still couldn't get it, came up for breath again, went back down for the final third time, and I finally got it. Again, Bo's causing me problems.
After all the house guests competed for the veto competition, everybody went outside to, find out the final results.
All right, guys, it's time to reveal the results of the veto competition. The fastest time is the person who wins. April? 9 minutes and 53 seconds.
When I saw April's time of almost 10 minutes, I was like, either she was out there crawling or she's just incompetent. So I felt pretty good at that point.
Howie? 6 minutes.
I knew he did well.
And 20 seconds. Bo? 6 minutes and 37 seconds. James? 5 minutes and 47 seconds. Janelle? 5 minutes and 51 seconds.
James and Janelle, man, they were neck and neck.